Hello student, today our topic is perimeter and a area. So how to find out a perimeter? Just like first we will define a perimeter, and the perimeter is using for a distance travel from one point to another point, and that is called a perimeter, and that covers all around its boundaries, anything in the boundaries area, like if you are using a football pitch like there, and there's middle point, and this is outside, like from the boundaries, that is called cover from all around. All around is called a perimeter. So when we are defining inside thing, that is called a area. So before that we must know that how to find out a perimeter, and we have to be write down exactly the same units. Units, what are the units are like? The units are unit rate. Like if we are using for a perimeter, if we are using centimeter, then we must have to use a centimeter for adding all the side or stuff like that. If we are using meter, then we have to use a meter in the length, centimeter, meter, millimeters. If we are using foot, or if we are using kilometer, and if we are using something like that, miles or whatever, so etc., we must have to use in a single unit, because in a perimeter we are covering all around its shape. What is measurement? Like if we are using a track on a garden, the track means where you are running, somebody running. So they has traveled from one point, this is our one point, they travel from one point to another point, which is, we can say that that's a 5 meter, and then he traveled from that side to that side, that is about 6 meter, and that side to that side is travel is like 7 meter, and from here to here this is like 6 meter, and from here to back on that track is like, we can say that is a 5 meter, for example. If this is your starting point, if you are traveling, then it's called all around its shape, whatever shape it is, you have to calculate or add all around its shape values to find out its perimeter. If they are asking, can you find out a perimeter of that shape, then what you will do, you have to find out the perimeter of a shape. Then you have to add all values. This value you have to add 5 meter, add second one 6 meter, add third one 7 meter, add fourth one 6 meter, add the fifth one. When you are adding all the unit or length, they could be length in the meters or centimeter, millimeter or foot or kilometer, whatever, it depends on the question. If sometime they are using different ones, then we will define after. First of all, you need to add all values. 5, 5, 10, 12, 22, add 7, which is 29. When we are adding, means the unit rate still remain the same. There won't be a square or a cube or whatever. if you write down instead of a meter, you write down different, then your answer will be wrong. So you must be careful about that. When you are writing down any unit rate, they must be similar like that in a perimeter. Now we are moving, if they are giving a different shape to find out a perimeter and the unit rates are different, then how we can find out? Like they are giving a shape. Let's say that this is 4 meter, 5 meter, and this is 60 centimeter, for example. But they are asking, can you find out of a shape? There could be different shapes. So of a shape which is a triangle, I can write down. But now you can see we have two things in a meters and one thing in a centimeter. How we can define? Just like in here, if I write down a unit rate, kilometer to a meter to a centimeter to a millimeter. Just like if anything, you are converting kilometer to a meter, then you are, if you are converting kilometer to a meter or meter to a centimeter or centimeter to a millimeter, then what do? You are times by 1000 if you are converting anything from kilometer to a meter. Same thing, if you are converting anything from meter to a centimeter, then you are times by 100. Or if you are converting centimeter to a millimeter, then you are multiply by 10. Same, it's opposite if we are going back, just like in here, millimeter to convert centimeter and centimeter to convert millimeter and millimeter to convert kilometer. Then you have to, if I write down in here, then that whatever else is in here is opposite of that sign. If there's a multiply, then should be a division. Then should be a division. Then should be a division. Divide. We have to divide that value. So same as it is, if I write on here, so either way you can define. That was in unit rate was in one dimensional. If they are squared, then the value will be a squared also. You have to convert that value into a stuff. Now you can see in here, either you can find out your answer perimeter in meters or in a centimeter. How? This is a centimeter. If you are converted that centimeter to a meter, centimeter to a meter, from here to here, then you have to divide by 100. So 600 divided by 100 is come to a meter, which is 6 meter. That's one thing. Or if you are converting that thing to a centimeter, like meter to a centimeter, then you are times by, then we can write down here 5 times 100, that becomes into a centimeter, which is 500 centimeter, same as it is in here. If you converting into a centimeter, then you have to times by 100, 4 times 100, which is become centimeter, 400 centimeter. So either way you can convert. If you need to find out, I will do both of that. If you are finding for the meters, so that means perimeter of that one, 4 meter add 5 meter add 6 meter, which is equal to 15 meter. In here, if we are finding perimeter with the other stuff like a centimeters, then 400 centimeter add 500 centimeter add 600 centimeter add, which becomes 1500 centimeter. Either way you can convert that value in your form. If they are asking can you find out the same one in a kilometer, if they say that find out your answer in a kilometer, so the unit rate perimeter should be in a, they said that in km. How you can define to km? Same as it is if you already found that value 15 meters. So as you know that if you have anything in a meters, you need to convert into a kilometer, then you need to divide by 1000. So you can say that 15 divided by 1000, that becomes to a kilometer, and you can write down your answer in decimals. So that's the first unit, second unit, and that becomes 0.015 kilometer. This is the answer. If they asking write down your answer in a kilometer. That's how we can find out easily way of finding perimeter. There could be a different shape they will ask you, so you can find out the distance travel all around its boundary line. It's called a perimeter. So now we are moving to our next one, which is the area. So we can find our area of different shapes. So when you are finding an area, that means is a length time width. Yeah, so you need to find out the area, which is the length time width for normal shapes. Like for example, if we have a garden, I can write on a garden. This is our garden. So now in here we need to there's no grass on here, that's a grass. There's no grass here, we have to put a grass in here. We have a fresh turf. And turf means grass, patches of a grass like different shape. So they said that there is a turf has been given like different shape. There is a 1 feet, that's a 1 foot, and that's a 3 feet long. That's a 1 foot, it's a width, and the 3 feet long. So now in here we have, that's a 9 feet its length, and a 3 feet its a width. So how many turfs will stick in this form? So now you can say that that's a 3 feet, isn't it? So 9 feet. So we can say that. So now we have to stick how many? First of all, we need to find our area. So when you finding our area of that one, so length is 9 times width is 3 feet. So that becomes 9 times 3 is 27 feet square. You can write down F squared. So same thing in here, just like here you write down unit rate in a meters, then gonna be more easier. So we can write down in here instead of feet. So you can say that that's a meter, 1 meter, and that's a 3 meter long. And same as it is, that's 3 meter width, and then 9 meter. There could be any length. So now in here, that's a 9 meter, 3 meters. When you multiply 2 units rate, so m times m, that give you a squared. In here, when you times what is the length and width of that area, that cover 1 times 3, which is 3 meter squared. So how many turf we need to stick in here to cover all the area of a grass? Now you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first of all, when you see how many turf need to cover a garden. So whatever area is 27 divided by that thing, that becomes 9. So 9, because that's the squared also, that's the square also, so that cancels. So how many 3's goes to a 27 is 9. So we need 9 turf to stick on this garden. So that's how we find out a length and a width, multiply, and to get a finding a area of a, that's called a rectangle. Rectangle like two sides are equals, just like that side equal to that side equal to that side. Same as it is, we need to find out a area of a different shape. There could be a triangle, could be a trapezium, and then after we have to find out a area and perimeter of a circle, but we won't use a perimeter of a circle. That's a different name we are finding out. So now in here, just write down, I draw shapes and write down how to find out a area. This is our square. Square means all sides are equal. If this is a, if write down anything, 4 meter, this is, then also this is 4 meter, 4 meter, 4 meter. So when you're finding out the area of a square, four times 4, which is 16 meters squared. If you finding out parallelogram, if this is 4 meter, this is 6 meter. So parallelogram means that side is equal to that side and that side equal to that side. So area of parallelogram, length time width which is 24 meter squared. Yeah, and if we need to find out our area of a rectangle, as you know, that's the same thing, area, finding an area of a rectangle. So same thing, if we need to find out area of a triangle and trapezium, so let's see. Any triangle, if you have a triangle like with, if I write down right angle triangle, if you need to find out area of a right angle triangle, that's more easy. Like if this is a 5 meter and this is a 4 meter, then easily you can find out area of a triangle, which is half into base into perpendicular height. Perpendicular height means making 90-degree angle to this base. So then you can find out 2 times 4 times 5, that becomes 10 meters squared. How you can see that? If you are making again like that, that becoming a square or rectangle, like though both sides are different, isn't it? So if this side is 5, this is 5 and this is 4, then you can multiply and half of that, so you find out the area of a triangle, of a right angle triangle. If you have a different triangle, then how you can find out the area? You need to work out a perpendicular height, or sometimes they are giving a perpendicular height of that one. So now they are given us. So you can see in here, they has given at the base, this is our base, and this is our height, perpendicular height, making a 90-degree angle through that side. So that's why this is called a perpendicular height. So when we're finding out the area of any triangle, then so we can say the half into base times height. Half, base is 10, height is 7, 35 centimeter squared. You must need to write down a square unit because you are multiplying two sides. Centimeter times centimeter, they're becoming a squared. That's why. If we are finding an area of a trapezium, so how we can find out the area of a trapezium? So we must know what trapezium looks like. They all both are parallel. If this side is A, this side is B, and then they said that this is called a perpendicular height. Trapezium area of a trapezium, when you're finding out, so that becomes half. Why half? Because this length and that length, a plus b, then they becomes a similar when like that. If you cut that length and that length, and you can join that length, because that length is, if you like that one, that's shaded area. If I write on here, if we join here, so then you know that that become, if you are cross that one out, so that becoming a rectangle. So that's why we are using that one, because this length and that length, if a plus b length, if we are writing down, that becoming like longer. If we divide by half, so then we are getting a equal part. So times y by a height, perpendicular height. That's how we are finding area of a trapezium. If we write down, if a is like any shape, if I giving a name, a number, if the perpendicular height is 5 centimeter, if this is a is 4 centimeter and b is 6 centimeter, then how to find out? So 1 over 2, 4 plus 6 times 5, 1 over 2, 10 times 5, 5 times 25 centimeter squared. This is our answer, how to find out a area of a trapezium. So now we are moving our further one. Another example, which is called, so they are asking calculate the each area of these shapes. So there is another the question. So then after we are moving to our different one. The 4.7 centimeter and the 6.2 centimeter. So same as this, finding a area of that triangle, and if they are giving of different values also, for example, if I write down in here, they will ask find perimeter and area of a triangle. So first part, perimeter, we need to find out. So perimeter finding out, we need to write down, add all the lengths. 6.2 centimeter, 5.4 centimeter, 5.4 centimeter. When you are adding these lengths, so 6 and 10, 16 and 17 centimeter, this is the answer of a perimeter. Same as it is, we need to find our area. Area is a half into base into height. Half into base is 6.2 and perpendicular height is 4.7 centimeter. When you divide that one, that is 62, so that becomes 3.1. Then you need to multiply. So when you're multiplying decimals, 4.7 times 3.1, 7, 4, 21, 12, 14, 7, 5, 4, 1, which is equal to 14.57 centimeter squared. This is our answer. I hope you understand about perimeter and area of different shapes. So you can do some more practice at home. And if you need any question, please write down in the comments. Thank you.